everybody? My name is Nico Pauly, creator of the Blue Blog here on YouTube and also on Instagram as well. And I am here with another video after being on hiatus after 2 games, with another snooze fest by the St. Louis Blues yet again against Colorado Avalanche, broadcast on national television with TNT. So the whole world got to see how much of a snooze fest of a team we are. Clearly, obviously not happy with this game, but now it's starting to kind of sit in that we aren't good and we're probably not going to make playoffs, which is okay because, it's time to lean towards the future and get all the old farts out of the way. So it might be a painful next couple of years, but, if you look at a team like the Avalanche, you have Rantanen, Makar, McKinnon, all these top, and Byram, all these top 5 overall picks within the last decade. Maybe we could get some luck like them and get a player like Rantanen, McKinnon, Makar, players like that, because the Avalanche obviously got blessed by the hockey gods with drafting and high overall picks. So let's get into this game. The Blues lose 4-1 to the Colorado Avalanche. First period, I felt like in the first 10 minutes, kind of felt a little bit solid. The momentum of the game went both ways. St. Louis, I felt like at first had some speed to the game, connected on some passes, not crazy passes, but connected on some, generated some chances, and it says right here, I have Money Puck right up in front of me, that in the expected goals part, they went up until the Avalanche ended up scoring the first goal. So, I felt like it was a solid start. The Avalanche first goal on us, though, something obviously that is not too great. Bennington to start this game made some good saves. He looked solid, even though he only faced about probably like 3 to 4 shots at first. It looked like he was kind of overcommitting a little bit on some of those shots, but with the Avalanche, you kind of never know what's going to happen, and they will pretty much shoot to score, but also they'll have guys in front of the net for rebounds and tips as well. So it would be best to kind of overcommit on those plays. So Avalanche go up after Tyler Tucker got absolutely smoked by Ross Colton on the outside. And this is one that Benner should have had that went far side, kind of right above the far side pad. And it's 1-0. So, it's frustrating, but hopefully if the Blues can get something going, they can get something going. But obviously being down 1-0 to start is not great because this team has a big struggle to score. And they clearly have offensive troubles. But eventually we go on the penalty kill. Kyrou is, this first period I felt like was a little rough. Later in the game I felt like he stepped up though, especially in the second, until everyone died out in the third because they just gave up hope. But Kyrou gets a tripping call on Lehkonen, I believe. He was trying to pass it through the neutral zone, went off the Avalanche leg or something like that, and then he tried making up for it by chopping at it. Just went straight for the skate. Tripping penalty. Colorado didn't get much for the first, I feel like it was like a minute on this power play. I felt like our penalty kill was playing really strong until they start cycling around. Rantanen gets the puck, and we have 2 Avalanche players sitting in front of Jordan Binnington, clearly screened on this play. Move out of the way when the shot's coming by, and this puppy goes top corner, and this is a 2-0 game. First period ends. Thank God it ended because Avalanche started getting some momentum, but clearly, Chiefs said something in the locker room in intermission that kind of gets something going. Second period starts and is a little bit better. No goals were scored on the Avalanche side, thank the Lord. But we ended up scoring late in the period from Robert Thomas. This is a good play by Buchnevich, who was screening Prozetsov, however you say his name, former Coyote. Buchnevich did a good job screening. This puppy would go top corner for Thomas's second of the year. And we have some life. This period ends with a Blues power play, but, we only have 40 seconds, don't get much going, and don't score. But we still have 1:20 in the third period to start it, and that obviously goes down the drain. And right when it goes down the drain, Lehkonen kind of gets a lucky bounce. I feel like it was from low the slot, and it seemed like Makar was trying to get the shot on the right side, whiffed on it, and it kind of went to Lehkonen in front of the net by himself. So then it's 3-1, and it felt like after that, it went downhill. There wasn't anything going for us after that, and the Colorado Avalanche started steaming by the St. Louis Blues for the rest of the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We would see another defensive zone turnover from Braden Shen behind the net. McKinnon would pick it up, find Byram far side. Scandella tied up Rantanen in front. Good play by Rantanen, or good play by Scandella, and then a good shot from Byram to make it 4-1, and that game's pretty much over. So, what I really wanted to talk about first, though, was the future. Obviously, we still have Torrey Krug locked down for a little bit. Braden Shen so far has been an absolute pooper. Verana's been a pooper. Sammy Blais I haven't been impressed with lately. Toropchenko tries out there. Thomas I feel like is good. Kyrou this game felt like he had a little bit more offensive upside with the new defensive scheme that is being implemented with the St. Louis Blues right now, which I still feel like is somewhat working because Colorado didn't have dangerous chances, but some of them just capitalize on our mistakes, obviously. But I do have a really strong feeling in my gut that Jimmy Snuggerud is going to be coming over in March once the NCAA season ends, and he's been tearing it up for Minnesota this season so far. I feel like he had 5 goals in 4 games, or 5 points in 2 games played for Minnesota so far, but that kid's lighting it up. So it'd be nice to get some offense from a young winger like Jimmy Snuggerud. Just remember, we also have Dalibor Dvorsky, who's now in the OHL. Dvorsky, I feel like, will take a few years to kind of develop and get ready to be in the NHL. But just know Dvorsky's around the corner. Jake Neighbors is still young. He has potential to be something. Right now, he seems a little slow and making the safe plays a lot and somewhat weak on his stick sometimes. So also, I see the potential with him. He reminds me a little bit of a David Backes, but just needs a little bit more strength, in my opinion. But the future is looking okay, and if we continue to tank like this, we can get another top 10 pick or something like that, and also obtain a really, really, really good player. Hopefully. Some things that I feel like the St. Louis Blues are missing are defensive depth, for one. Before this game, Falk and Krug, I felt like were a big concern. Same with that last pairing with Scandella and Tucker. Today it was different with Leddy and Tucker. I felt like they got walked. Tucker especially had a terrible game today. Krug and Falk, I didn't really notice anything negative from them, to be honest with you. I do remember one good defensive play from Krug that I was actually happy to see him do. And honestly, the only good defenseman we got right now is Colton Parayko, which is tough to say because I was a big hater last season, the last few seasons. But, he's been eating shots. He's been skating up. He's been taking shots. So it's nice to see that we pay him $6.5 million for something and not for nothing, because that contract looked bad at first. Jordan Kyrou, like I said, offensively is kind of gaining momentum, and I feel like he's going to be due here soon. Something that we do need, I feel like, is a first-line center. I love Robert Thomas to death, don't get me wrong. Maybe he just needs help, but I feel like he's maybe like a middle-of-the-pack, lower-end first-line center in the league. Though he's one of the best passers in the league, it's just like nothing's going on. But if we could just get a first-line center in the next couple of years, I feel like that'd be huge. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's all I could say. Binnington tonight, I felt like played okay. He stopped at 24 of 28, posting an .857 save percentage. That save percentage is something to be questionable and worried about. True, but these aren't all on him. He did overcommit on a few, and it didn't really look like he was on his game, but he still made some great saves to keep us in it, and some of the goals against weren't completely on him. That second goal, like I said, 2 screeners in front, nothing he could do. The first one he could have had. The third one, just a very, very fortunate bounce going his way. And same with the fourth one, was just a terrible turnover by Shen behind the goal line to McKinnon, who is obviously insanely dangerous to the puck. But yeah, I feel like there should be a lot of people in the hot seat right now, especially Chief. There's got to be change being implemented soon. Doug Armstrong should be feeling a little bit of pressure as well, because obviously, clearly, stuff isn't going our way. Something that I also did want to add, something I really, really, really did want to include was the fallout trade between the Flyers and the Blues. We are all aware that Kevin Hayes ended up becoming a St. Louis Blues for, I think it was a 6th-round pick, but just remember that Travis Sanheim is supposed to be included in that trade, and Torrey Krug is supposed to go the other way. Torrey Krug declines his, or he goes with his no trade clause and says, I'm not being traded. And so we don't get Travis Sanheim, which I bring up just because Travis Sanheim right now is absolutely tearing it up for the Philadelphia Flyers to start the year. And I was watching this game. They had a 4 o'clock, or I guess a 6 o'clock game, St. Louis time. They had a 6 o'clock game against the Buffalo Sabres where they dominated the Sabres. They lost, but Travis Sanheim looked like an absolute stud. I think he's just barely under a point per game as a defenseman. And just remember, he's a big boy defenseman. I think he's maybe like 6'4". He looks really big, and he's been great both sides of the ice. So it really sucks to see us kind of blow chunks like that, and it is what it is. What are you going to do? Next game, we do play the New Jersey Devils, and hopefully I'll be able to watch this game. I do have a flight on Friday, 6:50 my time. It'll be 8:50 St. Louis time. I think hopefully I could just pay for internet on the plane, the $7 or whatever it is, and watch this game. Hopefully, but I already know what's going to happen this game against the New Jersey Devils, because personally I do believe that Jack Hughes is probably going to win the Hart, but he's playing absolutely unreal right now. But, oh well, that's all for me. I just wanted to talk for these 11 minutes and 30 seconds about how terrible this team is, and just bring up that it's okay to lose, it's okay to tank, get good picks, and hopefully draft some great players for the future. Just remember, the future is bright. No need to panic and be upset. We just got to hold on, take the hits for these next couple seasons, and just keep moving forward. That's all for me. Make sure you leave a comment. I know it's probably unlikely because it's not going to get any views, but I'm just going to keep pumping out videos just because it's fun. If you're here from YouTube, make sure you go follow my Instagram. I'll try to leave the link in the description, but it's somehow buggy. If there is no link, just make sure you go follow Blue Blog, same as my YouTube, over on Instagram. Go follow. Give me DMs. I like talking about the Blues, especially when they stink like they are right now. And yeah, that's all for me. Everyone have a fantastic night. Amen. God bless.